Apparently, Andrewtate is facing under 80 days, 6 months, and some leaked messages.
Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer, and I try
criminal defense lawyer.
Certified, have the chops to go to trial. Today we are reacting to The Gift That Keeps on Giving, Andrewtate.
Okay.
But before we
The
get
gift,
to that, this is Andrewtate. Now, I'm getting all kinds of flack from people saying, "Oh, you're just a hater. You're just a hater of Andrewtate. He's my hero." Well, I don't care if he's your hero or not. I'm giving you a good, in-depth legal analysis.
Facts.
And if my own opinions kind of bleed into that a little bit because I think the guy's a pig, well, so be it. But Andrewtate, top G, is sitting in a jail in Romania. And they initially detained him for 30 days. They went up on appeal to try to get that
went up to 6 months or something.
And the judge ruled against him. The judge said, no, we're not going with your argument, and the risk of flight basically is too great. Remember he said he had 7 passports, and I can go to any country?
I have so many passports. What, are you gonna block
Why 7?
And so it's the risk
That's
of avoiding the investigation. That's what they talked about in the order.
Yes, police officers.
Now, what does that mean? Well, that means now the prosecutor can seek 180 days of detention against him. And I think that will keep on going. And what that's designed to do is have a review process to see, okay, where are we at now? We don't have that in this country. You're either detained or you're not detained. You either get bail or you don't get bail. If you don't get bail, then you just sit while your case is pending. And that's real common in federal court and state court, not quite as common. But in this case, he's got 6 accusers, and they are all accusing him of basically...
the 6 accuser.
Now, Vice News has reported that there is a 3rd accuser, and this is really interesting because they got text messages and voicemail messages that really kind of describe who this guy is. So let me just read you some of this stuff. I haven't verified this because I haven't seen the messages. I'm just going to read you what they're reporting, okay? And by the way, there's no matrix. Okay, the matrix is get me this, get me that. Hold. Your own words, your own actions is what's putting you where you are. So,
it's
a 3rd woman in 2 weeks has come forward to accuse Tate of the misogynistic influence, blah, 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 and in which Tate appears to say, "I love." Now, she says, "I've never been strangled before. I don't know if he's going to stop, and I was so scared." Whenever you think about that situation, you think you're going to fight back, but I'm telling you, you don't. You don't fight back, because if you fight back, what else is he going to do to you? He's a 6'3" champion kickboxer, for God's sake. Those were her words. One of the ways you defend these kinds of things, and I know my detractors on this issue will talk about, well, what about this? What about that? Sure. You say, okay, well, after that, then you went back to him, right? And that's really common for somebody who's a victim of abuse to embrace their abuser. And she said, if I go and see him again, and I want it this time, then I'm not being degraded. Then it's not the R word. And she explained, so that's what I did. So that's why she went back to him. But then she eventually left. Some of the text messages that he sent are just remarkable, just absolutely remarkable. So I woke up and I realized if I had spent the whole weekend, I might have ended the hospital. And so he still continued to text her after she left. He says to her, "Am I a bad person? Because the more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it.
Yes, okay.
How much you hated it. It turned me on. Why am I like that?
Actual satisfaction.
And I loved watching you let me while still debating if it's a good idea or not. When you're under my control, I do whatever I want."
Great.
And that's your role model? That's the top G? Somebody who... Honestly, are you kidding me? No. Anyway, like I said, I didn't verify this. And, you know, what's her axe to grind? I suppose that's where the defense goes. So the defense tries to destroy somebody's credibility. But if she's got text messages that are verifiable, it is bad for him. I loved... Who would say that, even if you're joking?
Okay.
Nobody would. And here's the thing, guys.
I don't think even
all
comedian would say that.
respect women. You know, this business of I can get whatever I want, I can do this. You know what? You go down a slippery slope when you do that. If you are just true blue and honestly
You didn't
deal
think
with
of any
women in a
consequences
good
to
light, you're not going to have to worry
just
about
accept that
allegations like
word.
this. Especially, you know,
That's it.
and I've handled a lot of crim sex cases over the years, 25 years, right?
You're
And in
not scared
doing
of
so, I see
God
people
at
who
all.
dip their toe in the water of depravity. And now I'm not a prude. I think you can have your derelictions, you can have your fetishes and this and that. But the more it is not normal, you know, the more it is kind of a little kinky, the further down that road you can wind up going. You need something more to get you off. And one of the things he has said in his prior videos was straight up sex is boring. And
Boring,
he
huh?
gets off on the power and the control. And you can see that in some of his speeches that he's given. And when you get into court and they start using your own words against you, text messages, videos, tweets, it
It's
creates
not
a
likely to
picture. You know,
release
and
that.
what they do is they don't just have one thing that they present. The prosecution will do it brick by brick by brick, and he will be his own worst enemy. There's some breaking news that he went to the hospital, and it's unconfirmed as to why he went to the hospital. He's extremely paranoid.
Was it there?
He talks about he can't even go to the barbershop without renting out the whole barbershop for fear that somebody's going to kill him. Why is he that? Or is that shtick? That could be shtick too, because that could just be consumption for social media. Because I'm such a big shot, everybody wants a piece of me. Or is he ingrained so much with local mafia and organized crime
The mafia?
that and he's done so much shitty business that he's pissed so many people off? Don't know. But he went to the hospital and don't know if he was attacked or not, but it seems like it was just a routine check. If he was attacked,
A routine
a
check?
couple things could be at play. He could pay somebody to attack him so that he gets out of there, because it's easier to be in a hospital setting than it is in the crappy, shitty Romanian jail that he's in. Or it could be a legitimate attack. Don't know. But he did go to the hospital. I think it was more for a routine check than anything else, so I think it's probably a little bit, a lot about nothing. He's been tweeting about it through he's got people doing his social media still, which is pretty active. This is just a quick update on Andrewtate and the denial of his appeal, a new accuser, and his trip to the hospital.
Let's see what other news they have there. It's absolutely one how we can get away with all of this, yes. And Peter pronounces Peter.